What's up, Facebook family? It's your boy Keith Shabazz. Want to talk to you a little bit tonight, but before I start, I'd like to say thank you for watching this video. Thank you for liking my statuses, and thank you for valuing the things that I have to say and my opinions. You have no idea what you mean to me. I take what I write and what I do on Facebook very seriously, and if you don't, that's your business, but keep your negativity away from me because I don't want to hear it. All right, especially when it comes to what I do and what I value. People value things that are of little importance in this world. So what you think about what I value really doesn't matter, and is what I want to talk about a little bit tonight. I want to talk about encouraging debate and encouraging intellectual conversation, because there are eyes that are watching us. They want to know what we're doing. They might not want ready to jump in the fire yet, but they watching. They look at the things we talk about. They look at how we carry ourselves, because we putting ourselves out there on social media. And social media is a powerful tool. A lot of people say we wasting our time with it. Well, if you feel like we're wasting our time with it, then how the hell are you even on Facebook to even say? Never mind. Like, I want to ask a question. How do we encourage debate? How do we get people to talk about things and push boundaries? Because it's all about mass appeal. Like, we do have an image to maintain and an image to project into the world, and the way the world is viewing us by and large is through social media. Because there's a lot of inconsistencies and paradoxes in the conscious community from what I can see on Facebook that are becoming detrimental to the movement, and it causes stagnation, and it's not moving us in new directions. We are not reinventing ourselves. We are not staying fresh, And I feel like we can do a whole lot better, because we've been having the same debates for a long time, and it's kind of getting old. Even though it's still entertaining, and there's still much to debate in the parameters of those debates that we're having, it's still getting a little old, and it's not inspiring thought. I see a lot of people on Facebook who continue to talk about the same things, beating I don't want to say a dead horse, but just they keep pushing the same narratives, and you're not inspiring people to think. You take what you learn from Sarah Seti, what you learn from Abba, Dr. Umar, and you lock in on their beliefs because you like what they were saying. And you, without intelligence, attack people who question some, not all, but some of these people's beliefs. And I feel like that right there is locking us down into somewhat of a religious paradigm. And it's not going to be healthy in the long run for us. I want to push boundaries. That's just what I want to do. But I'm trying to talk to you today and see if you want to push the boundaries with me and utilize this tool. Utilize YouTube. I mean, the white media has painted a picture of us in an unfavorable light. We can do something about that, because social media is readily accessible, it's free, and we can recreate our image. We can hold people accountable if we just take ourselves seriously and push the boundaries on the knowledge. Expand our knowledge base into other areas besides, is the Bible correct history, And is Egypt correct history? First of all, there are many other religions besides Islam and Christianity, and Africa is a huge continent, and it's not contained in just Egypt. I rarely hear people debating on the people of Mali and the great things they did in Timbuktu and all up and down the Nile Valley. Africa has some of the most astonishing architecture in the world, but yet we still focus on Egypt. I feel like we're missing a great opportunity to clip the legs off of the people who are still thinking that the ownership of Egypt is debatable, which I don't see why they would think that. But you can nip all that shit in the butt just by acknowledging the rest of Africa, drawing the correlation between the architecture in Egypt and the architecture in the rest of Africa. I have yet to see anyone. Sarah Seti talks about it sometimes, but I don't see other people drawing the correlation between Egyptian culture and African culture, showing that Egypt is a culmination of African culture. Who's doing that? Are we just obsessed with Egypt? Are we just, and as far as Christianity, I don't see too many people trying to expand and talk about the enigmatic code that the Bible is written in. You know, you got the Hebrew Israelites, and you know, I'm kind of indifferent about them. You know, I like what they do. I don't really like what they say, you know. Like they lost me when they was talking about African people and God don't care about them and we are somehow better than African people. They lost me with that one, you know. And not that I prescribe to their religious beliefs, but I at least like what they do, confronting our oppressor, you know. But hey, why do the Hebrew Israelites just focus on the Bible and just like act like everyone is just supposed to agree with them? I had one dude tell me today that because I didn't agree with him, that I lacked understanding. Like, that is not an intellectual answer. We claim to be conscious, but we go around with these isms and these prepackaged McDonald's philosophies and try to hand them out to everybody and think that that is somehow propagating this movement. If anything, it makes people shy away from this movement because you're not allowing people to be questioned. And if there is no accountability, once you have become quote unquote famous in the conscious movement, then subconsciously or consciously they view it as just moving from one religion to the other. So I asked today, who wants to debate? We spend all our time on Facebook anyway. Don't lie, man. You ain't got to lie to kick it. Ain't no future in your front. We might as well just do this damn thing for real. Like, if we disagree on something, why can't you make a video on your cell phone and tell me why you disagree? I can make a video on my cell phone and destroy what you say that you believe. That right there is going to encourage us to do more actual research instead of just listening to YouTube videos. That's going to challenge us to better our presentation, because I have a philosophy that I created of my own where I want to be like, you know, a 60-second assassin. You know, when you confront a Christian, a Tom, or just an unconscious person, you got about 60 seconds before they tune you out. And the sharper your razor is, you got to cut intellectually that person until he bleeds. He's going to run. But you want that blood to run out of him while he's running, so that that person inside of him that's unconscious is gonna die. That's if you truly believe what you say, and you comfortable with instilling your philosophies into other people. Because if you're not sure of yourself when you approach unconscious people, because that's what we're supposed to be doing here. I don't like this whole preaching to the choir thing. We are supposed to be waking people up. So if you're confident in what you are talking about, then be more effective in your delivery methods. Sharpen your tools. Sharpen your knowledge. Sharpen your mind. Familiarize yourself with your struggle. I was watching a video today by a white man named Tim Wise. I really don't like listening to white people talk about our struggle. It's always very condescending to me. But I was listening to Tim Wise today, and I thought to myself, there is no goddamn way that a white man should be able to articulate our struggle better than we can. Yes, I realize that Dr. Clark and Dr. Ben were very good at articulating our struggle, but who's doing it today? Not to discredit any of our conscious teachers we have today. We have some doing it, but who's just dropping information like that? Usable information. Who's articulating this shit to the oppressor? You understand what I'm saying? To create weakness in the oppressor's facade. And that leads me to another point. I see people talking about but portraying us as soldiers, an army of conscious people. But where is your game plan? What is your plan? And if you have one, why hadn't you told us about it? Now, I'm not talking about military action or what we do in the community. What I'm talking about is, what is our agenda for our image? I know I probably just rambled on a lot today, but I'm interested to hear what you have to say. What is our agenda when our image is concerned? Where are we taking this? What direction are we moving? Get back at me.